Hello everyone. In this video lecture, I would like to tell you step-by-step procedure to perform a practical on COEP Virtual Lab. So let's start from the scratch here. You will go first on the website COEP Virtual Lab, right? So here you can read the information about the virtual lab. You can read its objective here. Basically the purpose of virtual lab is that you can have the requisite knowledge about the practical before going into the actual practical labs, and also it gives you chance to explore the different domain topics which might not be of your stream, right? So the first thing is that you will start with the registration. So click on register. Now here you will have to fill your details. Now all the details you have to fill here, they're all mandatory. Your name, your date of birth, contact number, gender, and here you will have to mention your college details here. So you'll have to click on NC17, enter your email address, and then click on agree, and you'll have to register here. Now it's very important that you have this registration first, because your details will be considered into the college portal lab, where college will have your record at how many experiments you have performed and how much time you have spent it on this website. So it's important that you should register first. Then after registration, you will go into your website, right? As I have already done registration here, so my password is ready. So I will directly go through this sign in process. Here I will fill my details. Now this is the interface here. Just look at here at the right top corner. Here your details are being mentioned. Your name, your profile, your you can change the password from here. So all the details are your details are being mentioned here. About the experiments, now you can see here they are being listed as the departments. So all the departments here have their own labs in here. So let's take for the example the mechanical engineering. So if we click here, you will see that all the different labs appear here. Now inside these labs there are different experiments, right? So let's, if you click on the vibration and acoustic, you will see that this is the listing of experiments given here, right? So in this today's experiment, what we will do is that we will try to perform one practical, right? Now for specifically mechanical students, uh, the thing is that if you want to search for your domain subject, right? Let's say for if you talk about mechatronics or fluid mechanics, then you might not get that in mechanical engineering. For that you have to go into electrical engineering. If you go in here, you can see there are different labs here. So the sensor modeling and simulation. Now this lab gives you this kind of an experiments, RTD, thermocouple, all these experiments you can perform. Similarly, you also have labs like industrial automation, then PLC. So all this can be considered here. Now let's go toward the basic fluid mechanics lab. Now for performing fluid mechanics practical, we'll have to go into civil engineering. In civil engineering, you will see that you're having two labs of fluid mechanics. This is the first one, this is the last one. We'll have to click on the first one, fluid mechanics lab. Now here we'll have to click on impact of jet. Now in this lab there's only one experiment, impact of jet. Let's click on that. Now just look at the details which are mentioned here. Now all these details are mentioned properly in a sequence here. First, aim of the experiments and its objective, then the theory, then the simulation, that is the calculation, the procedure in which it is being performed, right? So let's have a step-by-step look here. So in this lecture, we are going to study about this impact of jet experiment. We want to study here that exactly what is the approach we must have, in what way we must perform, and if you want to create a document from it where we can attach that in our lab manual, how to do it, right? So we are going to study in detail about this experiment. So look at here, the aim of experiment is impact of jet. Objectives are, we need to find out the force exerted by jet on stationary plate and moving plate, right? So let's try to look at here, go into the theory part. Now in the theory, all the details are being mentioned here. What is the background behind this topic, or what are the required for this topic? Many times it might happen that they will just give you the brief discussion of the topics here, and you will have to study on your own, look at the topics here. So that thing is called as a prerequisite information. It helps you to study on your own. So let's look at here. Now if we talk about this impact of jet here, actually the impact of jet, it is dependent on Newton's second law of motion, or which we call as the impulse momentum equation. Impulse momentum equation is nothing but a derivation of Newton's second law. So you need to study first what do you mean by impulse momentum equation. So let's try to understand that first. Now, what do you understand by impulse momentum principle? Right? Impulse momentum principle is nothing but it is an derivation of Newton's second law. Right? And from that, how do we get the equation? Let's just try to understand that. So before that, let's try to understand both these two terms separately. Let's first discuss momentum. Now momentum is the word which you might have heard many times. Specifically, if you are listening to cricket commentary, you might have heard that this team is having very good momentum, so they might do very well, right? Now what do we understand by momentum here? In that specific case, momentum means what? They are carrying themselves in very positive direction, right? Now in case of physics here, the momentum means what? It is nothing but it is a measurement of mass in motion, and the formula is mass into velocity. That is your momentum here. It's a vector quantity. Also, what do you mean by impulse? Impulse means that it quantifies the overall effect of force acting over an time. So this time is very short amount of time. In this small or short amount of time, whatever is the force acting overall, that thing is called as an impulse. So the formula is F into delta t, where delta t indicates the small amount of time. Now how those two things are related? So again, let's go toward the Newton's second law. Force is mass into acceleration. We can see here, we can write down acceleration as dv by dt. We can take the dt terms on the left hand side. We get that f dt is equal to m into dv. We can expand this dv as v2 minus v1. So what does the dv means? That dv means that change in velocity. Change in velocity can be written as v2 minus v1. So we get that f into dt. Dt means that small amount of time. So this f into dt is nothing but this impulse here. Also, if we look here, m into v2 minus v1, that is nothing but product of mass into change of velocity, is nothing but it is the momentum here. The only difference here is that it is mv2 minus mv1. So what we can call is here is that final momentum minus initial momentum. So we are having such kind of an relation here. Note here the final momentum is more here as compared to the initial momentum, right? In some cases it might be opposite. If v1 is greater than v2, then it will be mv1 minus mv2 here. Now we are using this equation to find out the force here in our experiment. where we need to find out the impact of force here. When we are trying to find the impact of force here, try to understand that this remaining term will be helpful to find out the force here. So let's go toward that part.